This is the only one I got. She may have one, though. Yeah. I'm sorry, boss. Well, folks, welcome back to Lady Hawks TV Live on TAM TV. We're excited to announce we're on the road again today, courtesy of our executive producer, Pat Terry, bringing us out to bring you this game today as the Lady Hawks return from a spring break aplenty, whether it was the islands or a country far away or a college campus to be. The girls are back. They're united. They look sharp. They're wearing the road blues. And they're coming in to play a Peregrine Falcon team on their home court, if you will, donning green and white. Over on the third base dugout are your Archie Williams Peregrine Falcons. The Tamalpais Lady Hawks will sit in the first base dugout. The coaches and captains are meeting at the plate. Hands are getting shook. Umpires are here and well-dressed, and we are moments away from a big-time MCAL matchup between two teams that are a game apart in the standings. The Hawks come in at 3-3 in the MCAL, and the Falcons at 4-2. And I'm excited to announce for the first time this season, it looks as if we are about to listen to the national anthem, as it should be on any game played with bases and balls. So we will rise, we will remove our headgear, and we will pay honor to our country. Good attendance abounds from those in attendance. We're about ready to get going here as the shortest flagpole ever, located out in center field here at home of the Peregrine Falcons. Bear with me, I'm going to put my hat back on. This dome spends any more time in the sun, we're in trouble. Oh, the Hawks are vibing. Gotta say, I watched them take some infield and a few cuts into the net. They look solid. Do everything player Paige Murphy in the circle today for the Peregrine Falcons, the senior number 27. Behind the plate today for the Peregrine Falcons, number 28 Kennedy Dunsing. Leading off today for your Tamalpais Lady Hawks, and playing second base is Melissa Varisty. Normally Melissa found in the outfield, however we're without Annika Harris today, so Melissa, as I've told you before, who can do it all, will just step into the leadoff spot and play second base. So Paige Murphy, who leads the team in hitting, slugging, ERA, four-time starter for the Peregrine Falcons, hitting a little over 500, pounds the zone, has multiple pitches in her quiver, fundamentally as sound as anybody you'll see on the bump, and we're excited to see her play today, and we're also excited to see if these Lady Hawks can get after her. My suggestion is you get a good looking fastball early in the count, put a swing on it and get moving, put the ball in play, make these Falcons play defense. Both teams coming off of 2 consecutive conference losses and then bouncing back with big wins against non-conference players. Mount Diablo came into the Hawks nest and we sent them home 17, 18, 19, nothing. Melissa Varisty into the box for the Lady Hawks as we're about to get started here right at 4:30. Murphy comes in high. Varisty lays off that pitch. It's quickly 1 ball and no strikes to the junior second baseman, Melissa Varisty. 2 umpires you've never heard of behind the plate and over on the bases. We've seen them before. Nobody knows who they are. That's a good thing. Murphy into the wind. Off-speed pitch from Murphy. Good changeup swung over the top of by Varisty, evening the count at 1-1. Varisty looking down at Hall of Fame coach Don Smith in the third base box. Monica over in the first base coaching box for the Lady Hawks. Murphy comes with a fastball, rises up to the top of the zone. Varisty lays off. It's 2 balls and a strike to Melissa. A little bit of wind, very light, blowing out towards right center. Murphy looking into the bench for the sign. Her dad, longtime coach over here at Archie Williams, calling the game. Good fastball there from Murphy. Varisty slams it into right field between the second baseman and first baseman for a leadoff single. Great start here for the Lady Hawks as the number 2 hitter, starting shortstop Zoe Pletcher, comes into the box. Pletcher, having just an outstanding season, leads the Hawks in hitting, batting .636 as the 10-4 Hawks get started here in the top of the first with a base runner over at first base and Varisty. Zoe squares like she always does to slap. Ball goes over Dunsing's head, the catcher. Varisty quickly moves over to second base, and just like that, the Hawks got something cooking here as we get started in the top of the first inning out here in West Marin on a beautiful Monday afternoon as the girls get back from spring break. Pletcher drops down a bunt, just squirts a little bit foul. Dunsing, Archie Williams catcher, gets out of the box quickly, fields the ball before it spins back. Pletcher, as she's always doing, keeping the defense off balance. She's always reading the defense. Very good slap hitter. Count even at 1-1. Pletcher takes a swing at that pitch on the outside corner, slaps it foul straight back. A ball and 2 strikes to Zoe. Eden Clark, senior, in the on-deck circle. in return from a trip to Muhlenberg, where she will be pitching next year as a freshman. Ball and 2 strikes here to Pletcher. Nobody out, a runner on second. Again, Zoe slaps the same pitch foul. Really good experienced pitcher here in Paige Murphy. Been playing softball probably since she could walk. Looking into the dugout for the sign. Pletcher asking for a little time. Zoe hits that ball right up the middle for a single. Center fielder fields it. Faraday has turned the corner and he brings it all the way and slides into home as the Hawks take a quick 1-0 lead on a single by Pletcher, who smartly takes second base on the throw to the plate. So Pletcher comes in and continues to do what she has done all season, which is get on and move her feet. An RBI there for Pletcher as senior Eden Clark, playing first base today, steps into the box. Murphy onto the bump, and quickly the Hawks are out to a 1-0 lead. Fastball up in the zone. Clark lets that one go. Squirts out of the glove of Dunsing. A little rusty there maybe from Dunsing. Normally a really good catcher, I've noticed over the years. Murphy looking into the dugout so far for every pitch. A little unconventional. Normally that's going to come from the catcher. Good fastball in the inside corner from Murphy. Clark lets it go to even the count at a ball and a strike. Junior Ava Lee pitching today in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. Wind's picking up a little bit out to center field. Get a ball up in the air, and I've seen balls travel here. Clark grounds the ball over to the shortstop, picks it up nicely, fires it across for the first out of the inning, and Pletcher rolls over to third base. That'll bring up Ava Lee with 1 out here in the top of the first. Lady Hawks have a run across already, lead the game 1-0. Really good start here for the Hawks. Be nice to see if they can get another one here. Maybe Pat Terry, my executive producer, can tell me why Ava Lee is walking down to first base without a pitch being thrown to her. I have a feeling it may have something. I can't imagine that, but maybe it has something to do with the signs. Senior third baseman Elisa Cobb stepping in now with runners at the corners and an out on a strange occurrence here with Ava Lee now over at first base. Cobb lets that pitch go quickly. Ava Lee, without hesitation, moves over to second base, and the Hawks now have 2 runners in scoring position. And Cobb at the plate with the count, a ball and a strike. Elisa coming off a good game at Mount Diablo, a couple of hits, including a rocket to left center for a double. Looks at a good fastball there on the outside corner and down from Murphy. So kind of strange, still trying to figure out why Ava Lee was granted first base without a pitch being thrown. An intentional walk would be unusual, I would think. However,
Jedi mind control? Or?
I don't know. However, you and I both know you make a mistake to Lee, and it could be 2-3-0 in a hurry. She is one of the more powerful hitters in the conference, and we know those coaches over there know who she is. She's one of the best travel ball players this county has to offer. Cobb takes a swing late on a pitch on the inside corner, dribbles it down towards the first baseline. Ball and 2 strikes to Elisa Cobb. And again, we're just getting started here, but we've got some early activity. Hawks with 2 runners in scoring position. 1 out here in the top of the first. 1-0 Lady Hawks as they visit the Peregrine Falcons from Archie Williams. Cobb swings over the top of that pitch. Murphy strikes out Cobb for the second out of the inning. In comes senior center fielder number 4, Hazel Walsh. So if that was an intentional walk, so far it seems to be working out. Taking the bat out of Ava Lee's hands early in a game may not be a bad idea. We'll have to figure out if that's exactly what happened. So again, I don't know. I have a feeling now, Pat, Hazel Walsh taking first base on that pitch. I don't think it hit her. I think there's something mechanically going on with Murphy on the mound, because that time I did hear the umpire say pitcher and then point to first base. No argument coming out of the Archie Williams dugout, so very strange. Must be off the rubber or doing something wrong. Sophomore left fielder Evan Terry now in the box. The bases loaded and 2 outs. Murphy taking a 3-digit code from the dugout for the pitch. Terry takes a good swing at a fastball on the inside corner. Terry made her starting debut last time out and rattled the ball all over the cage, including a triple. No balls and 2 strikes here to the Tamalpais left fielder. Terry does a good job laying off that pitch way up and out of the zone. The veteran Murphy will do that from time to time, throw a ball way out of the zone, see if she can get someone to chase. Terry, focused and concentrated, easily lays off that pitch. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Evan. The bases loaded here. That ball on the inside corner, outside corner, looked at by Terry, and strike 3. So the Hawks go down, get a run across, leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning. Here it is 1-0 Lady Hawks. So kind of strange. Let me see. Maybe Pat, you can pick up here what these guys are talking about. I really want to know what was going on there. Maybe Coach Don Smith, the Hall of Famer, can help us. Hey, Coach, could you help us here a little bit on the broadcast? What was the reason for those runners going down to first base? That was not an intentional walk, was it?
Yes, it was. The first one, lead an intentional walk, and that one got hit.
Oh, she did get hit. Okay, thanks, Coach. So Hall of Famer Don Smith, on his way to the dugout, told us, yes, they did intentionally walk Ava Lee, and then I guess Hazel Walsh got hit by the pitch. I didn't see that, Pat, did you?
I think it might have just nicked her arm.
Grazed her? Okay, well, the Hawks now on defense. We'll set the defense for you. Junior sensation number 10, Ava Lee, in the circle today for the Lady Hawks. Senior Krista Sasso behind the plate. Senior captain Elisa Cobb over at third base. Junior Zoe Pletcher playing shortstop. Melissa Faraday playing second base. Eden Clark, senior, over at left field. Sophomore Evan Terry will be out in left field. Senior Hazel Walsh plays center field like she normally does, and sophomore Delphine McGrain back in the lineup today for the Lady Hawks will be playing right field. So Hawks again, as has been the case, the one thing about the Hawks is they have been able to get base runners on early in the game. However, did not capitalize there as much as they'd like, but it was good to get a run. Got a hit from Faraday to lead off. Pletcher with another single to score Faraday, and they did get one. Stepping into the box for the Peregrine Falcons, starting pitcher Paige Murphy. Murphy leads the team in hitting, slugging, RBIs, stolen bases. This is the backbone of this squad right here, as Ava Lee comes right at her with a good fastball up in the zone that just missed for 1 ball and no strikes. Murphy, little solar touch, and then the Subaru action. Ball and strike here to Murphy. Ava got to let that ball go a little bit late, had a lot of heat on it, sailed over the head of Sasso. 2 balls and a strike to the Falcon leadoff hitter. Lee steps off the rubber after running through the signs with Sasso. Good off-speed pitch there from Ava. Looked like a riser on the outside corner. Had Murphy off balance. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Murphy. As we sit here, 1-0 Lady Hawks in the bottom of the first inning as we just get started. Another pitch fouled up and away down the right side by Murphy. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Wind picking up a little bit now, pushing out to right. As I mentioned earlier, the ball travels well here. Good pitch there from Ava Lee, fouled straight back and out of play again by Murphy, this time scrambling the attendees in the Archie Williams bleachers. 2 really good players here going at it one-on-one. Both of them playing in college for sure. Ooh, good off-speed pitch there. Gets away from Sasso on the squeeze, so Murphy strikes out but's able to take first base on the drop pitch from Sasso. Squeezed out of her glove, stayed right there. She went looking for it and couldn't find it in time. So the Falcons, via the strikeout, get their leadoff hitter on. And now stepping in for the Falcons, playing first base today, Parker Conrad. So an unfortunate situation there for the Lady Hawks. Ava Lee in the wind. Parker Conrad picked up by Cobb. Cobb grabbed a bunt. Nobody there at third base now. McGrain puts the tag on Murphy, who turned the corner at third base. So to rewind the play there, a bunt. Cobb came in, had it in her glove. It squeezed out. The ball was picked up. Murphy did not hesitate. Turned the corner, went all the way to third, and Delphine McGray came all the way in from left field to make the play at third base. A big-time heads-up play there by Delphine McGreen to stop Paige Murphy at third base. So big-time fireworks here in the bottom of the first inning for the Peregrine Falcons. Good pitch there from Ava Lee, no hesitation, squeezed by Sasso on the inside corner. So the Hawks go from getting an out to then having a bad break to then picking up a break and executing very nicely on a play at third base. 1 out here and a runner at first base. The number 3 hitter in Kennedy Dunsing, the catcher. Pitch on the inside corner there, stolen base there, no play down at second base. Parker Conrad, the third baseman, steals second base without a throw. A ball and a strike here to the Peregrine Falcon catcher, Kennedy Dunsing. That ball smoked down the left field line. McGrain picks it up nicely. Hesitates a bit. Ball coming into the plate. No play to be made. Conrad comes in to score the run on the single by Kennedy Dunsing. Stepping in now, playing shortstop, Lila James. So the Falcons have knotted the score at 1-1. A runner at second and an out. So some early fireworks here on both sides. Happy to see both teams swinging the bat, putting the ball in play, making both of these teams play defense. Good pitch there from Lee. That ball's thrown into right field and deep. Ball bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. Lila James not hesitating at all as Dunsing comes in on the ground rule double. That was a big fly, Pat. That ball was hit hard.
Very hard. Bounced over the fence.
One bounce over the uneven fence. So that's 2 runs in for the Falcons, 1 out. Sam Singer stepping in for the Falcons with a runner at second base, and Ava Lee on the bump and ready to wind. Good pitch there by Lee. No hesitation at all on the stolen base. Very good speed from Lila James over there to third base. Sasso threw it down, and by the time Cobb found it in her glove over there at third base, James was already back on her feet. Fastball there from Lee, missed up in the zone. Commentary there from our executive producer, Pat Terry, who once coached Sam Singer, who's probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 inches taller than when Pat coached her, and you can tell, sleeves up and biceps flexed. This girl is yoked, and Pat says if she can get the stick on one, she can put it over that uneven yellow line that goes from left to right here. Kind of ends out there in right center, I guess. It turns into a baby green monster. That ball gets by Sasso, and without hesitation, the runner comes in to score, Lila James, and quickly the Peregrine Falcons have plated 3 here in the bottom of the first, and it is 3-1. Archie Williams. And danger abounds, and Sam Singer playing second base today for Archie. Got her travel ball helmet on. Good pitch there from Ava Lee, just up for ball 4. That'll bring up the third baseman, Chase Unger. Not playing for the Dodgers. That just sounds like a Dodgers name, doesn't it? Chase Unger. Instead, she's playing third base for the Lady Peregrine Falcons. Lee on the bump, looking to put this thing to an end. Squared to bunt there by Unger. Ball thrown down on the stolen base by Sasso. And Singer goes in standing. So the Falcons have come out running. That is for sure. Lee will have to continue to pound the zone. Oh, nobody there at third base on that stolen base. Sasso throws it down, gets down behind Pletcher. Unger does a good job there of squaring to bunt, brings Cobb in at third base, allows the stolen base to take third, allows the runner to take third base. Strong execution there by the Falcons, who there's no real other way to say it right now.
It's a foul tip, it's a live ball. She does not go back.
He said, so the umpire declared that it's a foul tip, but it's a live ball.
That's a new one.
That is a new one.
Foul ball.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a stolen base on a foul tip.
Consult the deep in the rule book for that.
Yeah, I know this game these girls play is a little strange from time to time. We've seen that, but pretty universal. If the ball's fouled at the plate, it's dead. But perhaps he just didn't understand. He certainly looked frustrated. That's for sure. All right. Fastball down in the zone, just missed.
Was it a foul tip into the glove?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Call New York.
Lee trying to regroup here. Throwing the ball pretty good, just between a few hits and some strange execution, some base running by the Falcons. Got everybody here a little bit off balance in the bottom of the first inning. That ball skids by Sasso. Runner delayed coming to the plate. Scores easily. That's Unger coming across, or Singer coming across for the 4th run of the inning. Unger walks, moves over to first base, and the number 8 hitter stepping in, Lydia Battaglia. Quick meeting at the mound instigated by senior captain and other pitcher on this squad, Eden Clark. Maybe a chance to settle these Lady Hawks down. Maybe regroup a little bit. This crowd here is a little Lady Hawks crowd and a little bit shell-shocked, Pat. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say pretty quiet over here on the Hawks side.
It is. Anticipation abounds on the other side. We know that. It's a big-time matchup. Both these teams right on top of each other in the conference, and Both of them looked like playoff teams, but definitely both teams have some work to do. So, pitch there by Ava Lee after the meeting on the outside corner. Paints a fastball nicely. Battaglia, the center fielder, number 10, now hitting for the Falcons. Ball's down in the zone, and again, the Falcons are just running wild. Sasso comes up to throw, and by the time she gets up and gets it down to second base, there's no slide. That's a stolen base. And until that can get stopped, I don't expect that to change. This is a well-coached team over at Archie Williams. Square to bunt. Another ball gets through Sasso. Flantenmeyer, that's Unger, pardon me. Unger there over at third base. Still only one out here in the bottom of the first inning. And ball misses from Lee.
The commentary from the crowd there.
Yeah.
The strike zone.
A good-looking pitch there from Lee that missed. It was a 3-1, I'm guessing. All his base running eyes are a little bit blurry. Lee comes down in the zone. That one misses. Can't find the zone. Ball 4 there to Battaglia. Or that was Flantenmeyer, pardon me. Now hitting the center fielder, Battaglia.
What do you think the strike zone is here?
Tight.
Still in the park, or?
That one right down the middle and fast from Ava Lee. I got to think Ava's just going to eventually just put her head down and just start pouring fastballs in and make her teammates play some defense behind her, which they can do. There it is. That ball's dribbled to Lee, who picks it up, fires to first. Here comes the runner. Clark brings it down. Sasso fields it. And Unger slides in safely. 2 outs now here, and the number 8 hitter, Avery Rose, right fielder, stepping in. The Falcons with the runner at second now, and I believe it's 5-1. Archie. Lee on the bump, and here's the wind. Ball in the dirt, dug out by Sasso. Ball 1 here to Avery. Maybe a little bit of spring break rust, although both teams did look good in the warm-ups, but Falcons have come out here and represented well on their home field. Ball's popped straight up, Sasso underneath it, and squeezes it for the 3rd out of the inning. Good play there by Krista to end the inning, and thank goodness. The Peregrine Falcons put 5 on the board. Lady Hawks put 1 and 1, so after 1, it's 5-1. What is this, Pat? You're a veteran. Is this West Marin? Or?
I'd say it's, bordering West Marin.
Bordering West Marin. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, this some way from them, but not the boulevard. So.
Well, it was named after a pirate, and that was deemed unsavory.
Apparently, yeah. PC is the norm now in Marin County. We all know that, and that's fine. Archie Williams is a longtime teacher here at this school and was named after him. I had a chance to hear Archie Williams speak once online while I was going down a rabbit hole for no reason, because I can do things like that when I'm really bored, which is more often than not. And pretty impressive from what I understand as an educator. Okay, so let's see if these Lady Hawks can bounce back after a rough bottom of the first inning, where the Falcons played at 5. Senior catcher Krista Sasso, hitting in the 8th spot, will lead off for the Lady Hawks. Paige Murphy still in the circle for Archie. on just an absolutely beautiful day here out in West Marin. If you have a chance, come on down and check it out. Otherwise, please enjoy the broadcast. Fastball in there from Murphy on the inside corner. Sasso takes a look at it, as she always does. Krista does not swing at the first pitch. She wants to get a taste of what it is she's going to wreck. Good fastball there from Murphy on the outside corner this time. Ball and a strike. Sasso swings hard at a pitch on the outside corner, hits it hard down the first base line, just foul. Ball and 2 strikes here to Sasso as we go into the second inning. Good fastball there from Murphy, swung through. Strikes out Sasso, bringing sophomore left fielder Delphine McGrain to the plate. I had announced earlier that Terry was playing in left field, as our score sheet says, but we know McGrain was playing left field.
Terry wasn't right.
She wasn't right, yeah. Left-handed hitter Delphine McGrain stepping in. Takes a good look at a pitch up in the zone. This is a player here that I expect to be an anchor of this program for the next 2 seasons after this one. She continues to grow in her maturity, and there's a lot of pop in that bat. And she's got a plan when she goes up there to hit.
I think we should point out that Delphine's dog is here.
Oh, is that Delphine's dog I just said hello to?
Mascot.
Oh, yeah? Drinks out of a cup, too. Look like a gin and tonic, actually, over here. That's probably inappropriate for... no, it isn't. All right, Delphine, 2-0. Delphine takes a swing at a good cut at a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. They call her Dell. We need Dell to get something started. Leadoff hitter Melissa Faraday in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks. Wind still casually blowing out. A good cut there from McGrain. Fouls the ball straight back. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll tell you this, a good-looking catcher behind the plate, Kennedy Dunsing, for Archie Williams. Take a look. She's, she really plays a good catcher. Big target, good footwork. Frames that pitch, fires it down to third base after McGrain goes down looking. So quickly, there's 2 outs here. Murphy striking out the last 2 hitters. And Hawks are back to the top of the lineup with junior second baseman Faraday, who singled in her first at-bat between first baseman and second baseman over there on the right side. Murphy looking into the dugout, then onto her wrist. That ball way over the top, sails high out of her hand. 1-0 here to Faraday with 2 outs in the top of the second. 5-1 Archie. One hopper grounded right back to Murphy. Quickly sends it over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Ball was hit hard by Faraday, but right back at the Archie pitcher, who quickly handles it and retires the side. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd inning after a very quiet top of the 2nd inning for the Lady Hawks. It's quickly 5-1. Pat, will you remind me the last name of this water polo sensation family that originates out of here that you're familiar with? We'll give them a quick shout out.
Shout out to the Woodhead family.
The Woodhead family. Pat can elaborate, but believe it or not, folks, there's a family who graduated 3 students.
Well, 2, I think, from this high school that went on to play water polo at Stanford, and one was on last year's the last Olympic team, and one was the alternate for the Olympic team.
So imagine that, folks. I know there's some parents listening, grandparents listening that have 3 kids. Imagine you have 3 kids and they all play water polo and they all go to Stanford. And is it the twins that are Olympic?
Not twins, but brothers, and both of Olympic caliber. One won a bronze in the last Olympic Games in Paris.
Wow. That is something. That's all-time alumni here.
I would think so. Hopefully the softball team here does not have the same caliber talent in late innings.
My goodness. 3 kids go to Stanford and they all play water polo. That is...
I think we talked about this. That's a sport that I can't play. I swim like a brick. And you had similar issues?
Yeah, like I said, I swim when I have to only. Okay, so here we are, bottom of the second. Ava Lee still on the bump. Leadoff hitter Paige Murphy, the Archie pitcher, in the box. Struck out her first time up. Good pitch there from Ava Lee, maybe just up in the zone. Murphy let it go. Lee wanted that one for sure. That was a good pitch there by Ava. Another good pitch there from Ava Lee. Looked very similar to the first one. That one called a strike.
Is it me, or does the plate sit in a crater?
It does sit in a crater, which creates a difference. There's no doubt. Good call there from executive producer Pat Terry. Great off-speed pitch there from Ava Lee on the inside corner. Freezes Murphy. A ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter for Archie. That ball's hit hard right back at Ava Lee. Hits her in the feet and gets through her. Murphy, good speed, gets down through first base. I guess we probably have to give her a hit on that one. Good battle there. So Murphy down to first base. And again, Archie Williams has their leadoff hitter on. And first baseman Parker Conrad steps in. Murphy, no hesitation, goes to steal on the first pitch. Standing up as Sasso throws it down to shortstop Zoe Pletcher. And so far, the Lady Hawks do not have an answer for the running game of the Peregrine Falcons, who have probably stolen 6 bases. That ball is waved at and thrown down. Pletcher covering. Conrad squared to bunt, bringing Cobb, the third baseman, into field. Pletcher doing a good job of backing up third base. Sasso, no hesitation, makes a good throw down and freezes Murphy at second. That ball's up in the zone, misses. It's 2 balls and no strikes here to the number 2 hitter for Archie, Parker Conrad. No outs here. Oh, good fastball on the outside corner there from Ava Lee. Lee looks like she's starting to get into a little bit of a groove. Thrown a couple balls that one of our good friends of the program, whose daughter plays on the team. That ball's grounded hard to Faraday and squirts out of her glove, then throws it over Eden Clark's head, who retrieves it quickly. That brings around Murphy all the way from second base. So a routine ground ball over there to Faraday, who's playing second base for the first time this season. Unfortunately, ball bounced off her glove. She picked it up and then threw it over the head of the first baseman, Eden Clark, which allowed the runner to score. Number 3 hitter and catcher Kennedy Dunsing now stepping in with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball hits Dunsing, who takes first base on the hit by pitch. And cleanup hitter shortstop Lila James stepping in as the Falcons again are threatening mightily here in the bottom of the second inning with 1 out and their cleanup hitter at the plate. Again, Lee on the bump and into the wind. Good pitch there by Lee, off speed. Like a Buckeye helmet this gal's wearing with all these look like Buckeye stickers all over her head. Well, these are all the things I've done great. The ball's grounded hard, foul down the left field line for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Lila James. 1 out here. rises to the top of the zone. A little off-speed riser from Ava Lee. See if she could get her to swing at that. Laid off it nicely. Good fastball there. Again, fouled down the left field line. Lila James swings at a pitch almost over her head. A good break there for the Lady Hawks. 2 outs now. Power hitter, second baseman Sam Singer stepping in. Singer squares to bunt. And again, the Peregrine Falcons put their runners on the move. Conrad over to third on the double steal. And Dunsing down to second on ball 1 to Singer. Lee waving off Sasso, and here she comes. Good pitch there, swung hard by Singer. A ball and a strike here with 2 outs now. The Lady Hawks try to get out of this inning without any more damage. Ball misses on the outside corner. What do we got, Pat? 2-2?
I think it's 2-1, but
2.
I've been...
You're never wrong, Pat. No, you're never wrong. It's two balls and a strike to Singer. Ball up and away to Singer. Lee working the outside corner on most of these hitters. Now 3 balls and a strike to Singer. As we talked about earlier, those are pipes connected to those shoulders. Lee challenges, ball skied. Faherty underneath it over at second base, retrieves it nicely. I was mistaken. I thought that was the 3rd out of the inning. Watching all these base runners circle around, I lost track. That is the 2nd out of the inning as Singer pops up to Faherty over at second base. That'll bring in the 3rd baseman, Chase Unger. Big-time fan Jeremy Groveland cheering on the team from the stands. You can hear him. He's also here to remind the umpire that consistency is important when calling balls and strikes. Quick shout out to the Grovelands, and of course they have Canadian representation on their side, and we love to give out long distance shout outs. Aunt Monica and crew also in Canada. Multiple families, Pat, in Ontario.
As we hotbed of Hawk fandom.
It is. Ladies softball goes crazy in Ontario, for those of you who didn't know.
We also have the George family.
The George family. And a good fastball there from Ava Lee. Freezes the hitter for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Peregrine Falcons pick up 1 more there. It's now 6-1 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning. And you know me, I'm always going to look for the bright side of something. I actually think the Hawks got to be happy to get out of that inning, only giving up 1 run.
Well, the Hawks came out on fire in the 1st inning, but then the bats went silent.
Yeah, a couple of quick base hits. Everything you want, right? A base hit, stolen base, another base hit. Load the bases, and then it just went dry, and then they went 1, 2, or 3 on I think maybe 6 or 7 total pitches in the 2nd. So chance to rebound here now. Number 2 hitter Zoe Pletcher lead off the inning.
apologies to the fans out there worldwide that are tuning in. We've had some technical difficulties due to the network here.
Well, when you're out here basking in West Marin and, you know, mountains and trees get in the way and distance, that can happen. But have no fear, we've got the best executive producer in the history of high school television. To my left, Pat Terry, thank you again for your efforts to make it possible for those that can't be in attendance to watch and listen. Tony Cobb here bringing the game to you on the mic, and we thank you for being here. And our shortstop is now at the plate. Slap hitting sensation Zoe Pletcher. Can't say enough about the season Zoe's had. I've already called her the team's most improved player. Has locked herself in as the number 2 hitter and starting shortstop. She's hitting north of 600. She singled early in the game, stole a base, and scored a run already. Or, I'm sorry, she did not score the run. Varisty did. Good off-speed pitch there from Paige Murphy. And Pletcher, instead of swinging in that pitch, shows tremendous discipline as that changeup actually, by the time it got to the plate, had fallen out of the zone. And Zoe just being locked in like she has, laid off that pitch. 2 balls and no strikes to Pletcher. Same pitch there from Murphy. This time does come across the inside corner. Boy, that's a big-time pull of the string there. That's got to be 15, 20 miles an hour off of the fastball. But I'll tell you, that's risky. That pitch is, that's ephus material there. My goodness. That time she throws a good fastball in the outside corner. Slap hitter Pletcher moves to the front of the box and just fouls it straight back, just barely gets a piece of it. Have yet to seen Pletcher really turn on a fastball. I'd like to see her get those hands out in front of home plate and see if she can rip one down the line and run for days.
I think she could put it out of the park.
Yeah.
Talk about this if she turns on one.
It'd be great to see. As she does, though, she continues to battle. She's one of the hardest outs in the conference. Could be wrong. I don't think Pletcher has struck out yet this year. You're not going to throw the ball by her. Rarely will you catch her off balance, and because of her bat control, anything that she doesn't want, she can pretty much foul off just about anything.
She has a powerful swing.
Yeah, and she's grown a little bit too. She's stronger. She singled in her first time up, hit the ball hard right up the middle. Murphy on the bump. There she hits a one-hopper to the shortstop, who quickly picks it up and fires it across. It's a great play by the Archie Williams shortstop, Lila James, the very fast Zoe Pletcher moving down the line, one-hopper. And that play was not really even close. That's a really good play by the Archie shortstop. Senior pitcher, first baseman Eden Clark in the 3 spots, stepping in with 2 outs here as Murphy continues to cruise here in the top of the 3rd inning. Ball down in the zone to Eden. Eden Clark, as we mentioned earlier, having a really good season herself. Just fantastic in the circle every time she steps in, and her bat's been pretty explosive as well. Murphy bending there. Ball got away from her a little bit. 2 balls and no strikes here to Clark, the Lady Hawks 3-hitter. Off-speed pitch framed big time there by Kennedy Dunsing, who can't believe that wasn't a strike. That ball was very low in the zone. Nothing to look at there. Good job by Clark laying off.
I'm still marveling at the plate.
Sitting, you can barely see it, right?
Inches below the surface of the earth.
Clark holds off on that pitch and takes it for ball 4 nicely. Offered at it briefly, but went down to the first base umpire to take a look, and if he was looking, he said it was nothing. So with 2 outs, Hawks get a base runner on in Clark. And that'll bring in pitcher Ava Lee. Off-speed pitch there from Murphy on the outside corner. Good pitch looked at by Ava Lee for a strike. I think that ball was well outside.
I think so. My vantage point.
She throws it again. This time it squirts down. Dunsing comes up throwing. Clark very heads up. Ball in the dirt. Quickly takes second base. Dunsing, who has a hose, picked it up, fired it down wild into the dirt. Clark slides in nicely. She's now at second base in scoring position on a ball and a strike to Ava Lee. Ball's hammered down near Hall of Famer Don Smith, foul. The old timer there can still dance a little bit. He got up and out of that one. Lee smoked that ball on a fastball in the inside corner. A good matchup here. Paige Murphy and Ava Lee. You know Lee, she'd like to get some here. She swings hard at that pitch, grounds it towards third base. That ball's thrown across nicely by the third baseman for this. Oh, ball was ruled foul. Huh. Well, I guess they catch a break because the Archie third baseman over there, Chase Unger, fielded that ball nicely and threw it across. I think she'd have been out. So it's a good break there from the Hawks. I thought that ball was foul, and I've got the best view of anybody. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Ava Lee. Top of the third, 5-1 Archie. Lee swings through a good fastball there from Murphy for the second out of the inning.
I think it's 6-1 Archie.
6-1 Archie, I think you're right.
The scoreboard's not working here.
Oh. Yeah, I can't even see it.
Falcon Nest.
Go, Lisa!
Senior third baseman Elisa Cobb steps in here with 2 outs. Looks at a fastball there from Murphy on the outside corner. Cobb Cade in her first trip. Cobb smokes that ball foul down the right field line. Took a good cut at a fastball down and in. A little late on it, but got good wood on it. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Cobb as we rest here in the top of the third inning. It's 6-1 Archie. Hawks got a runner in scoring position in Eden Clark down at second base. Ball's swung through by Cobb, and catcher picked it up. Dunsing picked it up and tagged Cobb out on her way down to first base to end the inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors there. Hall of Famer Don Smith makes his way towards us as he heads towards the dugout on what is a sleepy side of the field over here where the Hawks reside. Ever since they flew in and landed, they have been grounded since they got here. More dumb cliches coming to you live here.
Well, Zoe Pletcher's dog is here, but his back is turned to the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a sign he's giving to the umpire.
Well,
the umpire's calls.
In the few interactions I've had with that dog, I wouldn't be surprised if that dog had enough attitude to go, you know what, I'm turning my back on this umpire.
I think that might be what's going on.
A little scrappy. Any chance you know the name of that dog?
I don't, but we can get the name.
Shall we?
It's not on the scorecard.
Yeah.
I would say this.
Hey, Anna, what's the name of your dog again? That's right. How could I forget that? Moby Dick is here. We were just talking about Moby and the possibility that Moby has turned his back on the umpire. And we know how scrappy Moby can be. And we'll take anything we can get right now. All right, here we go, folks. Bottom of the third inning. Ava Lee back in the circle. Anna Flantermeyer is the designated hitter for Archie. She stands in. Lee missed with that first pitch. It's a 1 ball and no strikes. Good pitch there by Lee on the inside corner. Good off-speed pitch. Little drop ball. Ball and a strike. You watch Lee pitch here. Not only does she move the ball around, she throws all of her pitches at a couple of different speeds each. Very unusual. Ball squeezes through Sasso. No harm, no foul. 2 balls and a strike to the designated hitter from Archie. No outs here. Bottom of 3. 6-1 Peregrine Falcons. Good pitch there from Lee. Flantermeyer swings late on that one. Lobs it down the right field line. Foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the Hawks try to silence Archie here, get back in the dugout and see if they can get these bats going. Pitch misses away. Lee showing a little bit of frustration there, catching the ball back from Sasso. Good pitch there from Lee. That ball's fouled a mile in the air, up and over towards the pool. Lands on the warming house. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitter, Flantenmeyer from Archie Williams. Oof. Good pitch there. Good fastball from Lee. Just missed up in the zone to walk Flantenmeyer. Coming to hit now. Number 7 hitter for Archie. Center fielder Lydia Battaglia. In comes a pinch runner. Katie Murphy. The flex player coming in to run. So while the umpire makes the entry into the book, Falcons have their leadoff hitter on. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Center fielder Battaglia steps in. Lee on the bump, and here's the wind. Fastball swung at hard by Battaglia, skied up and out of play over the Falcon dugout for strike 1. Murphy immediately on the move. Murphy steals second base easily. Battaglia swung through that pitch. No balls and 2 strikes to Battaglia as the Falcons pick up another stolen base here. Runner at second. Nobody out. No balls and 2 strikes on Lydia Battaglia. Good pitch there. 1 hopper, 2 hopper over to Lee. Fires over to Clark for an out. Murphy moves over to third base on the fielder's choice. Good pitch there from Lee. Hawks get an out. Looks like a pinch hitter hitting here now. Good fastball there. Avery Rose, the right fielder, standing in the box for the Falcons. Squares to bunt. Swings through that pitch for strike 2. Quickly 2 strikes to the Falcon number 9 hitter. Pinch runner Murphy over at third base. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And again, 6-1 Peregrine Falcons. Ball's grounded to Eden Clark, who squeezes it. Goes to Faraday, who covers. Murphy comes in to score. 2 outs now, as the Falcon leadoff hitter and starting pitcher Paige Murphy makes her way to the box. Fastball comes in from Ava Lee, up and out of the zone. We've lost any semblance of wind. The sun continues to move towards the mountainside out to our left. Murphy, line drive, single up and over Ava Lee's head for a solid single with 2 outs. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, first baseman Parker Conrad. You could expect Paige Murphy to be taking off on the first pitch. Looks like the Falcons are going to start emptying the bench a little bit, get some reps from some other players, as Murphy has come in for what looks like a pinch runner. Coming in to run for Murphy is number 14, Maggie Pierce. And we'll see if she puts the Jets on. Oh, courtesy runner, pardon me. In ladies softball, you can run for the catcher and the pitcher anytime you want. Fastball there from Lee, slammed down the left field line, foul. It's quickly strike 1 to Parker Conrad. Left way too early, not even close. Not even close. Maggie Pierce into run, courtesy runner left, I don't know, 3/4 of a second early. Not even a thought of making the call, maybe because it's just been running wild, but that is just terrible. Good pitch there by Lee, fouled out of play down the right field line. I got to tell you, I can't get it out of my mind. That's just horrible. No. The merry-go-round continues on the bases. Murphy moves over to third. Not Murphy, it was a Pierce over to third base. Good pitch there from Ava Lee for strike 3 and the 3rd out of the inning. So the Hawks come in a little listless. Let's just say it is 7-1 Lady Falcons. Feels like it's worse.
It is post-spring break, so maybe they're not fully focused.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Pat, but if I was 16, 17 years old and you give me a week off and have weather like this in your hometown, I might be a little off too. However, there's a lot of maturity on this team, you would hope. Senior leadership under the new coaching regime of Lynette Ingloff, Don Smith, Monica.
You're right about the catcher. I just saw him practice throw down to second base.
That's a hose, isn't it? Yeah, she throws from her knees, throws a perfect one-hopper. It'd be tough. Keep an eye on the runners. I know it's a merry-go-round out there, but that last stolen base, the girl left so early, it wasn't even funny. And maybe
for the benefit of the umpire.
Yeah, maybe a little broadcaster bias, but I just don't like it. Okay. Murphy back into the circle for Archie. Senior center fielder Hazel Walsh stepping in, looking to get some. See if the Lady Hawks can get some production here out of the bottom of their lineup. Hazel takes a good cut at a fastball from Murphy, fouls it straight back. Would have hit Terry right in the face if we didn't have a fence and wall between us.
Very lucky to have the fence in front of my face.
Yeah. Terry, every time she misses, seems to bend her back a little bit. Fastball there from Murphy on the inside corner, swung through by Hazel Walsh.
Murphy seems to have picked up some speed on these pitches.
I think you're right. A little more velocity here. A little off speed there. Catches Walsh off balance. Stepping in now, sophomore right fielder Evan Terry. Cut there from Evan Terry, a little late on a fastball from Murphy. Good look at it. Good cut there from Evan. Ball in the inside corner. Looked at by Terry for second strike quickly. No balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore right fielder Evan Terry, making her second start of the season. Fastball there from Terry, up in the zone, swung through by Terry by Murphy, swung through by Terry for the second out of the inning. Catcher Krista Sasso coming in, and let's just face it, Paige Murphy's in the zone. She's not throwing any more balls. It looks like every ball, like a smart pitcher, is over the plate. You're going to have to beat her. She's not going to beat herself. Ball in the bottom of the zone, looked at by Krista Sasso for strike 1, and Murphy is cruising. 2 outs to the Lady Hawks here in the top of the 4th inning in a 7-1 affair out here at the home of the Archie Williams Peregrine Falcons. Off-speed pitch, whipped down the left field line by Sasso, who sat on that changeup nicely for a solid single. Good job, Krista, in a game where we haven't had a heck of a lot to cheer about. That ball was crushed down the left field line, right by the third baseman for a single. Courtesy runner comes in. That's Vivian. Is that Vivian? Yeah, Vivian Kajutski. I always get her last name. Do you know her last name, Pat? How to say it exactly? Majewski or? Majewski, is that what it is? Yeah, Majewski.
You got this, still be aggressive. Get on it.
So sophomore left fielder Delphine McGrain comes to the plate. So Hawks get a base runner here. Top of the 4th inning. Ball misses on the outside corner. McGrain swings hard at a pitch on the outside corner, fouls it back, even the count at a ball and a strike. Hawk leadoff hitter Melissa Faraday in the on-deck circle. McGrain always aggressive at the plate.
All right, protect the plate.
Took a swing at a big fastball in the top of the zone, fouled it straight back. A ball and 2 strikes on Dell.
I think that's Cece on first base.
Is that Cece over there? Cecilia Rezakevich? Something funny, I know that one. It is Cece. Thank you, Pat. McGrain caught herself a little off balance. Murphy pulled the string there a little bit. McGrain strung through it for strike 3. Ends the top of the 4th inning. And it has gone quiet here at the home of Archie Williams. It is 7-1 Peregrine Falcons. I'm going to step away for just a second. You can listen to the subtle stylings of the background here, which there isn't much of. This team from Archie Williams is treating this like a business trip while we're the ones visiting.
Well, the bats are silent, and Archie's throwing strikes.
Throwing strikes and hitting the ball a little bit, and I'll tell you what, running the bases.
Running very well, so well that they're out second before the pitch is thrown.
Yeah, exactly. Like me, executive producer Pat Terry's I'm still a little angry about base runners leaving early. Okay, Lee finishing up her warm-up pitches. Sasso throws it down to Pletcher at second. Hawks throw it around a little bit before they get it back to Ava Lee. Stepping in to hit for Archie Williams. Excuse me. Right fielder Avery Rose hitting in the 8th spot. Ava Lee still on the bump. Looking in for the sign and into the wind. Ball's fouled softly down the right field line on a good fastball from Ava Lee. Ball's foul. Quickly, no balls and a strike to Avery Rose. Again, ball this time floated down the right field line and fair. Rose, no hesitation, turns the corner. Ball's fielded over there by Terry, who quickly fires it into Pletcher. And that'll go in the book as a stand-up double for Rose. That was blinding speed as she turned the corner. No hesitation. Probably not the best base running play, but got away with it.
Well, it sort of just fell in between right field and second base.
Sure did. All the while, that was Kennedy Dunsing, by the way, not Avery Rose. This is number 5, Isla James. The shortstop, play a good shortstop today. Hits clean up here for Archie Williams. So the Falcons have a runner at second. Nobody out here. That ball's crushed down the right field line. Terry underneath it nicely grabs it. Fires the ball in. Nice play there by Evan Terry. Kennedy Dunsing tags on that. That ball was hit really deep. Terry did a great job. Went a long ways to get that ball and got it in quickly. Good play there by Evan. Good first out of the inning here. Sam Singer steps in, the number 5 hitter playing second base from Archie. Ava Lee. And here she comes. Singer squares to bunt, fouls the ball off of her helmet for strike 1.
I'm not sure why you would have Sam Singer bunt.
Yeah. As Pat has told you, those are cannons on her arms, and she's up there bunting in a 7-1 game. Good stop there by Sasso on a ball in the dirt. evens the count at a ball and a strike. Pat saw this girl hit home runs when she was in 3rd grade, I think.
I'm pretty sure she can hit it over that house.
And she took a big enough cut there to hit it over any house. A ball and 2 strikes on Singer. Lee continuing to grind out in the bump. Quickly a ball and 2 strikes to the 5-hitter for Archie. Slugging Sam Singer. Good fastball there. Freezes Singer on the outside corner. Good pitch there by Ava Lee to strike her out for the 2nd out of the inning. Hitting now. Another sub coming in. Coming in to hit for Flantenmeyer. Number 6, Lily Contreras. So Archie getting some reps from their bench. Right-handed hitter Lily Contreras steps in to hit for Flantenmeyer, and here comes Ava Lee. Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Sasso. Quickly, 1 ball and no strikes. Keep an eye on Dunsing over there at 3rd base. She's very alert. Any opportunity for her to move, she will take it. Sasso needs to be really on her toes here. Good pitch there by Ava Lee, squeezed by Sasso. Quickly a ball and 1 strike to the pinch hitter Lily Contreras. Good fastball there. Contreras very late on that. Good fastball there from Ava Lee, wasting no time, seeing that this young lady is probably overmatched against a pitcher like Ava Lee. There's a chance to end the inning. And she does just that. Throws the exact same pitch on the outside corner. Contreras swings through it for the 3rd out of the inning. And if the Hawks are looking for something to hang their hat on, maybe they can do this. It's the first time the Peregrine Falcons have not scored when they've been up. So we'll go to the top of the 5th inning, and as it has been here for a bit, it is still Peregrine Falcons 7, Lady Hawks 1. Hawks with only 2 hits, both of them coming in the 1st inning. And boy, Lee looked good that inning there. Boy, she was really painting, throwing hard.
Yeah, she really caught her stride.
Yeah. Oh! I almost went down.
It's tough on the road.
It is.
We don't have our usual equipment.
It is tough on the road.
These lawn chairs, high quality.
Oh, these are great lawn chairs.
Lawn chairs.
This all happens because of our executive producer, Pat Terry. Brings nice chairs. He's got all the gear. He sets it all up. He knows how to run it. Hawks got everything they could ask for here going to the top of the 5th inning. Leadoff hitter Melissa Faraday will get us started. Melissa started the game nicely with a solid single to right field, followed up by a hit by Pletcher, and then, quite frankly, it has been crickets from the Hawks lineup since. Senior Paige Murphy still in the circle for Archie, and here we go. Murphy gets the 3-digit signal from the bench, looks at her wrist. Faraday swings hard at a fastball on the inside corner. Fouls it into the dirt at the plate. It's quickly strike 1 to Melissa. Choked up a little bit here, Faraday looking to make solid contact. Good job there by Melissa, laying off of a pitch up in the zone. As I've told you before, this girl wakes up locked in. That ball misses on the inside corner. Faraday, good leadoff hitter. Looking for her pitch, especially when she's up in the count. 2 balls and a strike to the junior second baseman. Oh, ball on the outside corner. Can't agree with that one, folks. Varisty let it go. Ball looked away to me. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here. Top of the 5th inning. It's 7-1 Falcons. Off-speed pitch there from Murphy. Varisty does a good job. Lets it travel. Fights it off.
Time. Helmet.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpire calls Coach Monica. Base coaches here need to wear helmets by rule. That thing on campus, though, that might never come off Don's head. Good look there by Melissa. Ball down in the zone. Fills the count. Good at-bat here from Varisty. Maybe she can pay it off with a rip. Anything to get on for Varisty. Off-speed pitch by Murphy. Grounded right to her. Knocks it down. Throws it across for the first out of the inning. So she pulled the string there again on the changeup. Varisty stuck with it. Probably ball 4, but that's a hard pitch to lay off of. Now stepping in is Lady Hawks shortstop Zoe Pletcher. 1 for 2 today. Single in the first inning. Grounded out the second time up. Third trip to the plate. 1 out. Pletcher calls for time. Off-speed pitch comes in from Murphy. Pletcher couldn't hold back. Fouled it straight back. My goodness, Pat and I just exhaled heavily. Pletcher took a big practice swing as the catcher leaned down to pick up something, had her ear inches from the end of her bat. Pletcher offers at a pitch up and out of the zone. In slap style, fouls it down the third baseline a little bit. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes here to the 2-hitter, starting shortstop Zoe Pletcher. Murphy throws that rise, gets way away from her. Pletcher lays off nicely. Ground ball over to shortstop, quickly fielded, fired across to retire Pletcher, who slapped it over to her in the ground. It's a pretty good play there.
Sure that foot was on the bag.
Pat suggesting maybe the foot got pulled off, but as we've seen today, we can't count on anything when it comes to these guys in blue. Eden Clark now. Fastball down and in. This
strike?
Yeah, this is called a strike. You got to give this catcher some credit. I mean, she's standing basically, if I had a bat in my hand, I would be tapping her head for catcher's interference every time. She's literally almost on top of home plate. The ball's popped to third base. Caught. Third out of the inning. And again, the Hawks' wings are clipped here in West Marin as they fail to get anything going. As we sleep our way through this one coming out of spring break, it is still 7-1 Archie Williams as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
That's terrible. How far up she is.
Well, I would say that it would be an easy catcher interference
Oh, yeah.
call if she reached back with the bat.
I was a leadoff hitter when I played, and that's one of the first things I looked at. And the catcher gets too close to me, and the fastest way to get on base is just tap the glove with the bat.
I will say this, the catcher is definitely I would say college bound with that arm.
And knows what she's doing back there, too. I mean, really does. Positions-wise, looks really good. Give a quick shout-out to that catcher, Kennedy Dunsing, who's definitely shown Pat and I something today. I've always heard than her. That catcher for San Rafael, who's the best hitter in this league too. I'm trying to think of Sophia Everett.
Oh no, she's college bound.
Sophia Everett? Yeah, Cal committed as a sophomore. When she committed to Cal as a sophomore. Okay, here we go. Bottom of 5. Number 9 hitter Katie Murphy in. Ava Lee still on the plate. Excuse me, still in the circle. To the Falcons' credit, they have silenced any activity you could wish to have out of the stands here. It is awfully quiet over here on the first base side of the dugout. Good fastball on the outside corner from Ava Lee for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to the flex player, Katie Murphy. Another good fastball. That ball fouled off the cage of catcher Krista Sasso.
It looked like it could have hurt.
One thing about Sasso, that's like bouncing it off iron. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Squeezed by Sasso, looked at by Murphy quickly. 1 out here for the Hawks. Good. Excuse me. Good pitch there from Ava Lee. Ball's hit high and deep to right field. Terry underneath it nicely. Squeezes it for the second out of the inning. That was Battaglia. Took that first pitch fastball from Lee and threw it out there to Terry, whose second time she's gotten under one nicely. That was a can of corn for Evan. 2 outs here. Ava Lee looking good in her last 2 innings. Don't know where that one was. I mean, we know Sasso didn't catch it, but that ball definitely looked like a strike to me. Hitting now for Archie off the bench. This is Isla Fisk. That's out to Pletcher. Nice and soft. Caught. Isla Fisk, always wondering if there's any relation to legendary Red Sox catcher Carlton Fisk. I doubt it. So Ava Lee, that time I think on 6-7 pitches, retires the Peregrine Falcons. Lady Hawks stroll back into the dugout, gingerly and casually as they have since the first inning. Murphy back out to the circle. We make our way into the top of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Lady Hawks will be Ava Lee.
What inning is it?
Top of 6.
Thank you. What was the score?
7-1 Falcons. Yeah. Pat and I are sitting here enjoying watching the Falcon catcher warm up. Okay, here we go. Top of 6, number 3 hitter, Ava Lee.
I think Ava Lee's due.
She is due. It's her 3rd trip. Off-speed pitch there from Murphy, and again, this catcher, Kennedy Dunsing, is so far up in the box, which gives her a distinct advantage. The sooner she can catch the ball, the better she's going to be. And she's catching that ball over the plate. It's a ball and a strike there to Ava Lee. But, you know, to her credit, until somebody does something about it, she'll just continue to do it. Ball and a strike here to Lee. Lee hits that ball hard over towards short by the shortstop for a single. So the Hawks get the leadoff hitter in Ava Lee as senior captain Elisa Cobb makes her way to the plate. Lisa 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Cobb also due. Cobb squaring to bunt in advance. Pulling it back. Ball on the inside corner. Why Coach Don Smith has anybody faking to bunt right now, down 7-1, remains to be seen. Cobb's never bunted in a game in her varsity career. I can say that, I'm her father. Oh, that ball way down in the zone and called for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Cobb here. Nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. Lady Hawks down 7-1. Ball's fouled straight back on a good swing there by Cobb. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Elisa. Hazel Walsh in the on-deck circle for the Lady Hawks as they try to get anything going here in the latter innings, down to their final 6 outs in this game. Ball misses on the outside corner, looked at by Cobb. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy trying to paint there on the outside corner, Dunsing the catcher framing. To go to the outside corner, get someone to swing at a bad pitch. Thing about Elisa, experienced senior captain, rarely swings at a bad pitch. Fouls off another pitch here at the plate. A little behind this Murphy gas. Murphy back onto the bump for the Falcons. Senior pitcher throwing a gem today, taking a 3-digit code, looking at her wrist, and into the wind she comes. Cobb swings over the top of that pitch for strike 3 in the first out of the inning. That'll bring up senior center fielder Hazel Walsh. Ava Lee still over at first base. Ball swung at by Hazel, fouled straight back for strike 1. Be a little bit off speed there from Murphy, swung through by Hazel. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Walsh. Hazel fouls that ball straight back. Fastball up in the zone, swung through by Hazel for the second out of the inning. In comes right fielder Evan Terry. See if we can get Terry's arms extended here. Put the charge into one for a single. Get us a base hit here and keep this one going. Sasso ripped in her last time. Ball down and in. Evan takes a look at it for strike one. That ball misses away on a good look by Evan Terry. 1-1. Off-speed pitch swung hard at by Terry. She was all over that changeup, just drove it into the ground. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the sophomore right fielder, Evan Terry. Ava Lee over at first base with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. It is still 7-1 Falcons. Terry swings over the top of a fastball there from Murphy for strike 3 to end the top of the 6th inning. 1 hit, 1 base runner, no errors, no runs. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. As I just mentioned earlier, it's still 7-1 Lady Falcons. Bottom of the 6th inning, Ava Lee finishing up her practice throws. Sasso throwing it down to shortstop Pletcher. They'll throw it around. Starting pitcher and leadoff hitter Paige Murphy stepping in for Peregrine Falcons. We've been sitting on 7-1 for 3 innings, I think.
Yeah, the Hawks have played some good defense.
Good defense, good pitching by Ava Lee. Couple of chaotic innings where the Peregrine Falcons ran around the bases, pushed some runs across the plate. Ball swung at, drilled down the right field line, well foul. You know, Hawks had such a good start, 2 hits to open up the game off senior pitcher Paige Murphy, and ever since then she's settled in and has really been the story of the game. Junior Ava Lee waving off Krista Sasso. Umpire calls time as Murphy steps out. No balls and a strike on Murphy, and here comes Ava Lee. Off-speed pitch down and in to Murphy. Knots the count at a ball and a strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This time Murphy slams the ball the other way down the left field line, way foul. It's a good ball player here, Paige Murphy. 2 strikes to her. Lee with an off-speed pitch, ripped out to Pletcher, somehow pops out of her glove. Lets Murphy get over to first base. So an extremely unusual misplay there from Pletcher. That ball was crushed, but a ball Zoe would tell you she should have had. So Hawks got their leadoff hitter on first. Nobody out here. Pinch runner comes in for the pitcher. It's number 14, Maggie Pierce. Parker Conrad playing first base in the 2 spot for the Falcons, now at the plate. Conrad squares. Pierce, no hesitation, steals second base. No throw from Sasso. So the Hawks have not been able to stop the running game at all today. Conrad bunts. Lee picks it up, fires over to Eden Clark. Pierce turns the corner wide at third. So the Falcons have a runner at third with 1 out on a perfect sacrifice bunt there from Parker Conrad. Now stepping into the boxes, catcher Kennedy Dunsing.
Just looking for some insurance runs here in the 6th.
Good pitch there, off speed, riser from Ava Lee. A lot of pitchers in this league throw their risers with a lot of speed. Ava throws it, in my opinion, 2 or 3 different speeds depending on location. That time maybe no hesitation there from Pierce, who came in to run, and shows you why as she blazes down the third base line and scores easily on a pass ball by Sasso. Ball's crushed to deep center field. Walsh underneath it. Fields it nicely for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter and shortstop Isla James. Fastball from Lee, misses up in the zone. Ball's ripped foul down the left field line. Ball and a strike to James. 2 outs here, bottom of the 6th inning. Again, that ball smoked down the left field line, foul. I expect change up here. Big pull of the string. Hope that's deep. That's way out of... Oh, that one got in the water. Oh, look at that water bottle. It's on windshield, but it got in the pool.
McCovey Cove.
Ooh, McCovey Cove. Archie Cove.
Swimming pool there.
Yeah, right. Archie Williams swimming pool located directly behind home plate here. The sports complex out here. Is it San Anselmo or Fairfax or...
San Anselmo.
San Anselmo is out this... Good pitch there from Ava Lee. That pitch fought off again nicely by Isla James, battling up here. Lee showing her the full arsenal. Couple fastballs, a riser, changeup. You know, I don't think we've seen yet today is the Ava Lee screwball. I'd like to see that pitch right now. The riser off speed is nice too, though, for the 3rd out of the inning. That was a pretty good pitch there.
I think that was a riser, I guess so.
Yeah, a little credit there to Ava Lee, who got knocked around a little bit in the 2nd and 3rd inning, suffered a little bit on some defensive lapses and constant stolen bases from from Archie Williams. I know it's 8-1, but it's certainly not indicative of the effort that Ava has given out on the mound, who continues to show why she's one of the better pitchers in the conference, and only a junior at that. Speaking of good pitchers in the conference, she's back in the circle again. Paige Murphy, the senior, who's been the starting, basically the ace of this team since she stepped on the dirt as a freshman, and has continued to get better, to her credit, every year. There are some pitchers in this league that are juniors and seniors now that I saw that when they were freshmen that were better then than they are now. Not Paige. She's continued to get better. Meanwhile, Pat and I just continue to watch Kennedy Dunsing throw laser beams down to second base. Wouldn't even consider stealing on this girl.
I don't think the Hawks have tried it today.
No. Well, yeah. Coming to hit for the Hawks here. Hawks down to their final 3 outs. Catcher Krista Sasso, who ripped a single down the third base line on an off-speed pitch in her last at-bat, up to face the aforementioned Paige Murphy here as we sit in the top of the 7th inning. Sasso, nice play over there by the third baseman, picks off a one-hopper, reached far to her left, makes a very nice play. Chase Unger over there on a ball hit hard by Sasso, fired it across for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 down here. Hawks down to their last 2 outs. Number 9 hitter, left fielder Delphine McGrain, who, quick shout out to Dell, just made an incredible play in the first inning. Dell doing whatever she can to get on, drops a bunt down in front of Murphy, who comes out of the circle in a hurry and picks it up and throws across for the second out of the inning. Finishing up quick with Dell. Play Dell made in that first inning on that play where she came all the way from left field to cover third base, make a catch and a tag on the run, was a tremendous play. Maybe the highlight of the game for the Hawks. Leadoff hitter Faraday in now. Pitch on the inside corner, framed by the catcher Dunsing. Can barely believe that pitch wasn't called for a strike. Looks back at the umpire, asking where it was. Ball and no strikes here to Faraday. 2 outs on the Lady Hawks here as they try to stay alive. Faraday grounds a ball into the ground, foul down the first base side. Ball and 1 strike to Faraday. Pletcher in the on-deck circle. Hawks doing anything they can to get a base runner and keep this game going. Ball way down in the zone. 2 balls and a strike to Faraday. Dunsing, the Archie catcher, now standing basically on top of home plate. Off-speed pitch there. Good change-up from Murphy. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Faraday. The Hawks are down to their final strike. The ball's grounded softly over towards second base. It's fielded, thrown over to the first baseman for the 3rd out of the inning, which brings this game to an end. So what started nicely for the Hawks, they get a run in the first inning, and then Paige Murphy shut the door on them and shut it hard. The Falcons continued to put base runners on and continued to run the bases, made the Hawks try to execute on defense. Some errors, some timely hitting from the Peregrine Falcons, and this one comes to a conclusion. 7 hits, 8 runs for the Peregrine Falcons, 2 hits, 1 run for the Lady Hawks. Paige Murphy with the win for Archie Williams. Ava Lee will take the loss for the Lady Hawks. The Hawks will go practice tomorrow, play on Wednesday, I believe. Does that sound right, Pat?
That's right, Tony.
Yeah.
We're back at the nest.
Back at the nest, boy. We could use a trip to the nest after this one. So on a beautiful night, we thank you all again. Thank you to Pat Terry, executive producer for Lady Hawks TAM TV, and Tony Cobb, voice of the Hawks. We appreciate you joining us. We'll be back on Wednesday night for a game at home. I'm trying to think of who we got. I should know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know either. Let's look. We still live?
Yeah, we're live.
If you're still watching and listening now, we are impressed and grateful. Thank you.
If you're still watching, send your name in, and you will be entitled to what we call the Qua to the Hawk Nest.
There you go.
With the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we are grateful for that. So we play Terra Linda, who we slammed at their place last time. Well, maybe that'll be a good feel-good game for us. Although that team the last 2 years, the second time we've seen them, has been a big handful.
They've been able to put a game together. So
yeah, I think they beat this team earlier in the year. I think Terra Linda beat Archie Williams, and I think they maybe even beat San Marin too, if I'm not mistaken. So Hawks suffer a conference loss, go under 500, now 3-4 in the conference. That makes Archie 5-3, which should push them into a tie for second place, maybe with Marin Catholic. Redwood still leading the conference. I think it's 6-1. Top 6 make it in MCAL. So Hawks need to put an end to this conference, this 3-game conference game losing streak on Wednesday. So again, same time, same place, 4:30 TAM TV on Wednesday night. Pat and I will be back. We thank you for listening and watching. Have a good evening, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful night here in Marin County. And for those of you elsewhere, be safe and sound, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.